Well, there's no secret that the buzzword nowadays is sustainability. It's up to us to look after our planet, especially living in the modern day and age. But when we talk about sustainability when it comes to your home, what exactly does that mean? Well, we've got private property COO Simon Bray here with us to talk to us about sustainability and also how can you make your home a little bit more sustainable. Simon, very nice to see you again. Welcome to Expresso.
Thank you, thank you.
So when we talk sustainability surrounding our homes, what exactly does that mean?
Well, I think sustainability is really got to do with energy efficiency. And when you're talking about a home or a space that you live in, there's energy going into that home to make it a comfortable living environment for you. So it's things like the electricity that you use to turn the lights on, the heating, the air conditioning, and the water that you might use to water the garden. So it's all of those things that mean sustainable living.
Basically make it more environmentally friendly,
absolutely,
so to speak.
Yeah.
Now, as a homeowner, I would like to make my home more sustainable. What are some of the features that I can look at?
Well, I mean, I think it's a responsibility of all of us to try and minimize our impact on the environment, but there's also a cost benefit to a lot of these sustainable things. So simple things you can do are changing your light fittings to LED or low energy bulbs, making sure that you minimize use of air conditioning and heating as much as you can, cooling the house using natural ventilation, energy efficient glass. There are lots of ways that you can do it. Obviously just depends on the space.
But I mean, you have to start small. For instance, changing your light bulbs to a more energy efficient light bulb or investing in a solar geyser. Now, how can that help you to actually add value to your home?
Well, I mean, South Africa in particular is the perfect country for energy efficient or sustainable living. When you mentioned a solar geyser, we've got sunshine in most areas all year round. So it's not like you're going to lack for warm water if you put one of those on your house. But South Africans, unfortunately, haven't quite woken up to the trend that we see elsewhere in the world, where sustainable living and energy efficiency in building a new home is critically important to the value of the home. But what is happening is there's pressure on, the cost of basic utilities, water and electricity just keep going up and up. So people often look at those costs when they're purchasing a new home. They don't want to get stuck in a hole where the house is going to cost them a lot of money to maintain going forward. So there is an element of value to these sustainable projects inside a house. You can definitely improve the resale value of a house if you just focus on saving a bit of those costs.
Well, I think slowly but surely we South Africans, we are getting there. Now, I think you're the perfect person to ask this. What kind of example can you give us of a home that really has some awesome features in terms of sustainability?
I was recently in a house in Belito. It's actually on an old water reservoir site, which is fantastic, beautiful views in all directions. But what the architect did very cleverly there was he brought in these passive elements of environmental sustainability. So the draft can move straight through the house to cool it down in the warm summer months. You've got these rocks under the house where the ventilation can push the warmer air underneath the house to cool along the rocks and then back into the house. Very interesting stuff. But I think one thing that was pretty cool was photovoltaic cells on the roof and wind turbines. So they actually push electricity back into the grid, not the other way around.
That is absolutely fantastic. And I've stayed in a house that is completely sustainable before, and it's a very unique experience as well.
It's quite a clean feeling to think that you're making zero impact on the environment around you. It's a great thing.
I like it. So your top tip of the day when it comes to sustainability, what would that be?
Start small. I think there's a lot of benefits in terms of sustainability to your back pocket. So look for ways that you can do it on a budget. Put in energy efficient light bulbs. Look at a solar geyser if you can afford it. These steps are critically important to the environment and to you.
Simon, thank you so much for joining us this morning and giving us some really great tips. And remember, make that effort because sustainability starts with you in your own home. And then also remember to watch Win a Home tonight at 8 p.m. on SABC3 and find out how you can enter to win prizes throughout the show, as well as go into the draw to win that grand prize, which is, of course, the completed Win a Home apartment. And you can also connect with the show on Facebook, Twitter, and also via their website.
Win a Home is proudly brought to you by Private Property. Start your search for property now on privateproperty.co.za.